Welcome back. It's another beautiful time with me here on Real Life Talk with Blessing. First, let me introduce an amazing guest, a beautiful cake designer, a mother, a role model, and also my very good friend. Please don't snatch her from me. So, I know a lot of my listeners want to know you. CEO DRIPPLES Cake. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Blessing. Yeah, my name is Tarela Okene Vicky. Yeah, a mother of 4.
Wow.
And the brain behind DRIPPLES Cakes in Port Harcourt. Yeah, I'm from Delta State, married to an Yoruba man, and based in Port Harcourt. So yeah, this is what we really do.
Yeah.
Cakes.
Nice. You know, you're very popular with your cakes and the designs. Can you give us like a glimpse of how this passion started? I'm sure someone listening would really want to know.
Yeah, well, as a child, I grew up to see my mom baking cakes at home. Though she didn't do hers for business, she was a seamstress, like a tailor, okay? So, but she was always baking cakes for the house and for family and friends, you know? So she didn't do hers as business. So somehow I got some knowledge about baking, though I wasn't a fan to help her then do.
Wow.
But of course, we were always in the kitchen to work together. Then after school, after I graduated from the university, I attended a friend's wedding in Uju and fell in love with her traditional marriage cake. That was the first time I saw that keg on a cake, a traditional marriage cake, beautiful one. So I approached the lady, gave to one called Sweet Memories Cakes then.
Wow.
And then that was how she took me to her house and then taught me how to bake, you know, and it just started from there.
Wow.
And then the passion began to grow, and I learned more, always wanting to know the next step, to improve my business.
Yeah.
And that's how I came up with DRIPPLES Cakes.
Oh, nice. You know, when people see you doing so well, they will think you never had a bad time.
Yeah, for real.
You know, they'll think you never had a bad time in your business. So I'm asking for my listeners, did you ever have any kind of challenges in your journey and business?
Yes, a lot. You know, like as a young girl, you know, we always want to go into different things. So for me, cake wasn't the only thing I started when I wanted to become an entrepreneur. Okay, so I went into a lot of businesses. Like I was into the makeup, hall decorations, a lot. I sold wedding gowns. I did a lot of things, up to 7 things, and at the same time baking. But you know, at the end of the day, I noticed I had this passion, this very strong passion for baking. And with the other businesses I had a lot of misses outside, so it was giving me a lot of headaches. So that was one challenge. So I decided to, you know what, why not just focus on the cake and do it well and get known in it.
Wow.
So that was when I now settled for cake decorating and got myself registered, and then DRIPPLES started. So a lot of challenges. I've had where we had to make cakes and they were spoiled. And,
Wow.
I remember the first time I tried, I baked a cake for a lady. You know, as a beginner, you always want to tell everybody that comes to you, let them know what you do.
Yes.
So, you know, with word of mouth, I was everywhere. I bake cake. So in that particular salon I go to all the time, that was how I was making my mouth. I was running my mouth. And the owner of the lady, I didn't know her taste, and she asked for chocolate cake. And at that time, I had not done chocolate cake really. Okay, but I knew I used to see my mom then. They would mix either brownings, you know, and
you had the idea, but you weren't too sure.
You know, so that was how I made that same cake, and you know, so will I say fortunately or unfortunately, as I walked into the salon, I'd already delivered the cake earlier on. So as I walked into the salon just to get a nice feedback, you know, somehow the lady just received the cake and she flung, you know, it's a sliding door. So she flung this cake to the door.
You're
because
kidding.
Of anger. Yeah, she had received the cake. So she flung this cake to the door out of anger. Like, I asked her,
she wasn't really impressed.
No, she wasn't. So as I opened the thing, it just came straight to me. I felt like, oh my God, this ground should just open for me. Okay, you know what? I'll stop the business. Almost gave up with the business, you know.
You know, that's actually my next question, was because I was going to ask you, was it always this smooth?
No,
was there ever a time when you thought about giving up on this business?
Sure.
I mean, when you started DRIPPLES, was it always this easy? Because what people see from the outside is how you make beautiful cakes. Nobody will understand there was ever a bad time. Because you sharing this story now, I can't imagine the feeling. You're waiting for a good response and the person is throwing. It's crazy.
You know what people feel? People feel something. Maybe because we do not share the ugly side of the business. I think somehow we should begin to share the ugly side, the negative side.
Yeah.
People say it's not all rosy, really. It's not all rosy. So she flung that thing, and at that moment I felt like, oh God, this ground should just open for me to go in. I got back into my shell and felt, should I continue or I should stop? I don't want to make people sad. I like to make people happy.
Yes.
Okay, so, but I will say that was a starting point for me.
Yeah, I think that was a turnaround.
Yes, it was a turnaround for me. I'm happy it happened.
Yes, okay. Because you have to improve yourself.
Yes, it gave me the idea to now know that there's a lot to
learn.
Yeah, a lot to learn. So I see my certificates. So I have to go
I
fast,
know, right?
fast.
Guys, all over her wall, you see awards everywhere. So
I learn.
Oh my goodness!
I learn every day. I learn every day from everyone. Okay, so learning was one thing that made me grow, I would say. So there are challenges. There are days, there are bad days, there are bad times. There are times we have to cry. We don't need to show it to the world. Okay. But there are lots of times that we cry. There are a lot of times that we cry that people don't really know about. So there are challenges. So, and one thing I would want to say is, as you grow, expect more challenges. So we have bigger challenges coming as we grow. Yeah, the ones that happened when we were growing at the learning stage.
Yeah,
it's different from what we're facing now.
You're very right.
Yeah?
You're very right.
The thing is, do not run away from it. Try to face the challenges, and as you overcome, you see success coming your way.
When did you realize you were gonna be a baker? Was it because you like sweet things? Because no, I know this girl. She's a sucker for cheesecake. I'm telling you, I know her. That one is her biggest temptation. So. When did you realize you were going to be a baker? Is it because you saw your mom doing this thing as a part-time in the house, or you just felt, I saw this cake at this wedding, I would like to do this? Was that when it came on?
I never thought of being a baker. Never in my life thought of being a baker. Yeah, I actually wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow, wanted to be like me too.
But it didn't work out for me.
Me too.
And I studied library science. So by the time I came out, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with myself? So somehow I would say it's passion. Gradually, it grew gradually.
Yeah.
I never thought I was going to be a baker. Never thought I was going to be a baker, really. So somehow I'm finding myself doing this. And I'm enjoying it. And cheesecake is my favorite. Then chocolate. Yeah, I love cakes. I love sweet things. Yeah.
So tell us, which of your cakes is your favorite? I think you already said that. And another thing I was going to ask, because sometimes I have people ask me, Blessing, can she give me a cake like in 24 hours?
Yes, sure.
Do you take 24 hours orders?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
24 hours delivery, yeah.
Okay.
24 hours orders, yes, we do.
Okay.
We're always baking. We have them freshly baked every day.
And I have this, Blessing, I have always thought about this personally. How did the name Dripples come about?
Hey. See, there's a story behind this name.
We want to hear this story because I'm sure no one has ever asked you this.
Yes, there's a story behind it. Now, when I wanted to register the cake business, I got different names. I wanted something related to cake this, cakes by Tarela, cakes by, something factory, something. But my husband said, hey, come here, girl. He gave me the name Dripples.
Wow.
Yes, Dripples, not really Dripples cakes. He gave me the name Dripples.
Wow.
So even when I went to register this name, to be frank, I didn't like the name at first.
Wow.
But when they gave it sounded nice.
I'm having goosebumps.
Yeah,
Why?
Nice.
This is so romantic.
So when I went to register my name, I made sure Dripples was the last name out of like about 5 names I had.
Wow.
So Dripples was like the last
and
name.
Dripples was the one available.
The one they picked.
You see?
So now it's a household name. I'm so
wow.
happy. I love the name really.
I love it. When I hear Dripples, I think of snows.
Oh.
That's the thing that comes to my mind. I think of snows. I don't know why it comes to my mind. I'm just in another world. I don't know.
Ask me the meaning of Dripples, please. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. So, and what would you advise someone who is a baker, who is probably going through a very difficult time right now in their baking business?
Yeah. Be persistent. Just be persistent and be focused. Okay, and try to be you. Like be yourself, and then you see things changing. So that was what I actually did.
Wow, it's amazing when you talk to women who have been through up, down, middle, all round in business, and you're one person who really motivates me. I know the journey, I know the story, I know everything, but at the same time, someone could be somewhere saying, I'm just tired of this my baking business, so maybe I should just stop. No, this is not the time to stop.
Don't give up.
When you get to that point when you feel like giving up, that's the point you get to winning. So you shouldn't give up. Are you hearing from CEO Dripples Cake? She's the one talking. Tarela has said,
do not give up.
Don't give up.
Difficult times, we still go through difficult times. We don't need to come out to say it.
Even Jesus went through challenges.
And the bigger you go, the bigger
challenges
awaits you.
Because a lot of people think, oh my God, business should be easy. It's never easy.
No one is easy.
If you talk to me, I would interview Dangote one day so that he will tell you himself, it's never easy. Everything in life is in stages. Growing is in stages. So you have to start from somewhere. Don't give up, please. Okay? So Dripples Cake, they make the most amazing cakes. I'm telling you, I am not be said because I'm my friend though. And they tell you because people always think, blessing, you don't eat cakes when you go out. I say because I'm used to this woman's cake. When I put another person's cake for they always be like sharp. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. So I'll just be like, no. Dripple Cakes make the most amazing cakes in Port Harcourt. Trust me. And if you want to locate Dripples Cake, it's right opposite Best Bites. Here in GRA.
22B Lele Street.
22B Lele Street. It's opposite Best Buy here in GRA.
You can also check us on Instagram.
On Instagram, yes.
Dripples Cakes.
Dripples Cakes.
TikTok.
Please, if you don't get it, get in touch with me, please. I don't want to make you go enter the one chance. Please. So guys, it's been an amazing time here with Tarela.
Nice talking to you.
It's great to hear from entrepreneurs like this because they encourage you. So thank you so much, guys, for being with us on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Thank you, Tarela, for spending your time with us. We'll talk to you again on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Have a nice day, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.